Afternoon, West in the world. Welcome to your review video for Thursday, February the 13th, following this morning's lectures on the era of the French Revolution. Or, better said perhaps, the era of the Atlantic Revolution. The discussion that we had this morning centered around the consequences of Enlightenment thinking. How it is that the new ideas and questions that we had been discussing in previous class periods begin to transform Western political life. We tried to distill the essence of this debate and this transformation to the distinction between the idea of citizen versus subject. That this is the question that lies at the heart of revolutions that will take place first in North America in the American War for Independence, then in France, beginning in 1789, and then in years that we haven't quite reached yet, in Haiti, and then throughout Latin America. At the heart of this dispute are the contrasts in views embodied in the speech that we heard from John Adams, that encapsulated the idea that rights have been given not to kings in order to make them powerful rulers, but rather to all people, to ensure that they have an inalienable, an unalterable right to basic kinds of liberties. In his language, it was the talk about the right to air to breathe and food to eat. Others will frame that in terms of life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness. This essential dispute creates first the American War for Independence, on the basis of its grievances against the monarchy of Great Britain, and then, in turn, ignites the French Revolution. The French Revolution, we said, is based in many things. The grievances of the population against the lavish lifestyle of the monarchy, wasteful spending in wars like the American Revolution, in their unhappiness over the privileges, the tax exemption of the members of the First and Second Estate. And of course, it's all exacerbated by poor harvests in the years leading up to 1789. But what happens and what's being pursued, we said, reaches for something deeper, a fundamental transformation of the political state. There are many factors that come into play. There are Enlightenment interests, but there are also the sort of peasant urges for more dramatic change that we saw embodied in the contrast between the actions of the National Assembly versus the citizens of Paris storming the Bastille. The moment where we stopped is, of course, the moment when King Louis XVI decides, in the midst of this revolutionary context, that he doesn't want to play ball anymore. And he packs up and attempts to flee the country, hoping that he can find foreign support to help him undo what is happening in his own country. It's going to fail, and the revolution is going to take a more radical turn as a consequence of this action. That is where we'll be next Tuesday. Have a good weekend, everybody.